Hello, everyone. On behalf of the Yellowstone County DUI Task Force, thank you for joining us for today's show. We are very excited. We have a special show for you. Today, we have with us Officer Brandon Ide from Billings Police Department. Officer Ide, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And we also have a new addition or a new change for Officer Ide. He has with him now a new canine partner, Mira. So can you tell us a little bit about Mira and her breed, and then also share with us what's going to be happening here?
All right. So Mira is about 15, 16 months old. She's a German short-haired pointer.
Okay.
Actually comes from Hungary. I picked her up at the kennel in Pennsylvania. We spent 30 days together training, and she's a narcotics and tracking canine. And she detects marijuana, meth, heroin, and cocaine. And she also tracks ground disturbance for lost people, things like that. So we can deploy her on buildings, vehicles, luggage, mail, pretty much anything that would have drug odor to it.
Okay.
And she would tell us whether or not there's contraband in that. So some of the exercises we have set up are parcels, baggage, and then we'll do some vehicles and do some rooms, and then we'll put a track out for her too.
Okay. So hang tight, folks. You'll see Mira in action momentarily.
Oh, good job! Good job! Come here! Come here! Come here!
Oh, did you get them both?
Come on! Come here! Oh, come here! Oh, come here! Oh, come here! Oh, come here! Good job! Good job! Here, come here! Oh, come here! Hey.
Okay, so that was fantastic to see Mira and you in action. So can you take us through what kind of things that you were looking for in her behaviors?
So when we're doing the canine stuff, there's a lot of stuff that we have to try and watch. We're trying to watch where we're going, but we're trying to watch the dog for their cues to contraband and to odor. So there's two different things we're looking for. One is called alert behavior, which is just a natural change in their behavior to a trained odor.
Okay.
And then the final is indication, which is them showing that that is in fact the odor. So it's a trained response to a trained odor versus the untrained response. So you notice when we came by, the middle bag has marijuana in it, and you notice that she kind of blew over the top of it, and then she had that quick 180-degree head snap and the body change, and she went back to that bag. That would be her alert behavior.
Okay.
And then because she's a pointer, she naturally wants the stare, kind of comes back to that bird hunting that they're bred for.
Okay.
And so we've only been on the streets for a couple months, and so we're working her indication from the natural point into a sit or lay down. So we rewarded her once she went from the point into the indication of laying down, which is our final confirmation that it's one of those 4 odors that she's detected.
Okay.
And then we pay her with a tennis ball is what she works for. That's her paycheck. And you notice that we've paid her more than once because she is a type of dog just wants to keep working. So I usually have 2 tennis balls because I'm trying to play with her on the side, and she wants to go back and find that odor again.
And as you and I talked about, once that was over, it's a lot more physically demanding for the officers than what we in the general public would ever realize.
Yeah, it definitely makes you feel like you're out of shape. Just got a lot of stuff going on with the talking and trying to watch what they're doing, and a lot of the stuff is fast-paced, especially for some of these younger dogs. They move really quickly, and you got to try and keep up with them and be excited. That's what gets them excited too.
Great. Well, we'll be on to our next adventure with Mira, so hang tight. So for this next demonstration, you said Mira is going to do some tracking, so can you set this up for us?
So Mira tracks, and she detects ground disturbance odor basically, and because she's not an apprehension dog, meaning that she doesn't have any bite apprehension, we wouldn't deploy her on a suspect, but we'd use her for elderly or lost kids, things like that.
Okay.
At least get us in the area, if not even find the person. We've had one real world deployment, and probably in the worst conditions we could. but we did end up finding the person in the end because of interagency cooperation.
That's fantastic.
We were able to determine that this victim was not in this area that the deputies were looking for, and we found her about a mile outside the search area by another means. But so it was nice to get a real deployment with her to confirm that she's not injured in this giant fishing access
Absolutely.
area.
Okay.
So with this one of the officers has put down a walking trail basically, and so we'll deploy Mira on that. And she has a visual cue with a certain harness that she wears that kind of puts her in that mindset that we're looking for ground disturbance. We're not looking for drug odor anymore.
Okay.
And then a different command, and so she should put nose to the ground and take it right to her tennis ball. So.
Okay, great. Well, we'll see Officer Ide and Mira in action here momentarily. Stay tuned.
Oh, good girl, yeah!
So Mira was definitely on that track. Can you walk us through what you were looking for and what she was doing?
So like I said, the visual cue for her is that harness in particular. So once she knows that that's getting on and we're getting this 15-foot lead out, that we're gonna follow ground disturbance. And so you notice we got to where we believe the trail is at, and then I just presented with her command that is find, and then you could see where she just took off. I was very fortunate with her that she picked that up. A lot of that's probably breed specific, being hunting dogs with birds in the brush.
Sure.
She picks that up very well. She makes it very easy for me, so I enjoy doing it. Otherwise, tracking is actually pretty hard. But yeah, you can tell distinctly when she's on the odor. And that's actually pretty strenuous to try and keep up with her sometimes when she really gets into that odor.
And then you did something different at the end with her reward. You threw it one more time and then you didn't let her have it. Why was that?
So that's a drive builder, and a drive is a characteristic that we look for in dogs. There's a variety of different ones, but we always want them to be successful in the end, so they always get a reward at training if they do what they're supposed to do, because again, that's their paycheck. But then at the same time, we want them to think that that's still out there, because it instills in them that I need to go find it again. That's why I don't let them bring it back to the car, because then they expect, well, my toy's in the car, so why would I go look for it?
Okay.
So that's just a drive builder that you notice that it's called a chase off. I threw it out there, it kind of made her want it, and then we let her have it, and then the last time it's gone and she's not going to get it, but she wants it. So her kind of planting and not wanting to initially come with me is actually a good thing, because that shows that she has a high drive.
Okay, great, fascinating. So thanks much, and we'll hold tight for the next drill. Okay, so we've seen Mira in action for the tracking and detecting substances in a stationary object. So now you're simulating being out in the field. Can you walk us through what you're going to do with Mira?
So this one we're going to simulate a vehicle search. You got stopped and there's some contraband in the vehicle, and so we're going to put her around the vehicle and locate where that's at. Our weather's starting to change, so that's something that we're always taking into account when we're doing odor, either for contraband odor or for tracking, is we have to look at the weather environments, because those change and they blow our odors around, or they can actually erase odor also. So we'll put her around the vehicle and find where you got your stuff at.
And please note, this is for demonstration purposes only. Hey, Mira, good job.
Mira! Oh, oh. Hey, look. Mira! Oh, oh, oh.
All right, so excellent work by you and Mira. She found the planted materials on my pickup. So can you walk us through how that came to be?
Okay. So we had, I believe it was methamphetamine up underneath the rear bumper, kind of by the hitch area. So you could see as we were coming down the vehicle, she's sniffing, trying to locate that. The wind's moving pretty heavily from the front of the truck to the back, and the odor is at the back. So you could see where she had a behavior change, a little bit of change of direction.
Definitely.
And so she's in the odor, and so at that point we just let her work and try and source where that's at. Again, being a younger dog, and there's a lot going on with a lot of distractions with people, whatever. So she's kind of starting to forget, oh, I need to sit down. But a lot of that's just new dog and lots of excitement going on. But she went to final indication and showed us that that's where it's at. And then we played with her, and she wanted to go back and find it again. So, which is
Definitely.
a great trait in a dog. So,
Right. Definitely high energy, wanting to do more, keep our community safe.
yep. So definitely high energy, keeps me young. So.
Great, thank you. So now we've obviously transitioned from being outside to inside. So can you tell us what's involved with this next exercise?
So this is going to simulate a building search. We typically do schools, residences, things like that. So in this case, it'll be an office setting, and so we've had another officer put out some cocaine for us, and we're going to go ahead and run and have her find that for us.
Okay, great, thanks.
Oh, good job. Good job, yeah. Oh, good job. Oh, come on. Come on. Let's finish the ball. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, 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 oh.
Sita? Hey, here. Sita. Sita. Sita.
So that was so interesting and just fun to watch. So thank you for all the work that you and Mira did in helping us better understand the work that you guys do every day. At the top of the show, you talked a little bit about the training that you had to go through, and Mira. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So Mira and I came from a kennel in Pennsylvania, right on the Pennsylvania-Ohio border, and I was over there for a month at March into April, where her and I trained together. But like I said, she's originally from Hungary, and she's only about 15, 16 months old. So she was selected for her type of work in Europe, and then they imported her to the United States, and then they did some more work with her. So when I got there, she'd already been exposed to all of her odors. She knows what she's looking for. The exception being tracking. She had no tracking experience.
Okay.
But we got very lucky with her that she enjoys it, so she picked that up really fast. The class that we're with had 2 to 3 months of tracking experience already, and I got to see Mira learn tracking from day one all the way to what she was now. And so within a week, we were up with the rest of the class who had been practicing that for a couple months. So we were together for about 4 weeks over there. We got certified through NAPWADA, which is North American Police Work Dog Association.
Okay.
So we have an annual certification with that. Not a requirement in Montana, but that's the association we belong to. And then we just went through our second certification last week here in Billings through the same organization, and then that puts us on the rest of the Billings Canine rotation, so we're all certifying at the same time.
So that's fascinating work. So, can you tell us a little bit about the process that you had to go through to be able to have Mira as a partner?
So I've been with the department almost 13 years now, and spent 4 years in patrol. And my other 9 years, I've been a traffic officer. And Mira is actually assigned to the traffic program as a narcotics dog, because obviously that's where we're typically finding drugs is during transit. So that opens up a lot of avenues for me if we suspect drugs in a vehicle or school or whatever, that we can deploy right there rather than having to potentially wait roadside for a dog to be called in off shift or to respond from a different call. So it speeds it up not only for us but also for the person that's stopped. Whether contraband's found or not, it gets them down the road a lot quicker too, that we can put Mira around the vehicle and determine if we need to do anything else or just release the car.
So she's very efficient for the department, saving a lot of time and a lot of officer energy and effort, being able to just get back out onto the road quicker.
Right, yep, it saves not only officer time, paperwork time, time for the person to sit roadside waiting for the dog, and if there's no dog on shift, it saves the city quite a bit of money too, to call somebody in just to do a sniff. That you see how long those sniffs take. And we're open to help all the agencies in our surrounding area too. So it's a huge resource. Montana Highway Patrol has some dogs based out of Billings, so everybody plays together really well. And our dogs are available to any of those other agencies also.
That collaboration is such a crucial component for everything that you do every day across all of your agencies, for sure. Can you tell me, has she changed your workday in days that you didn't quite expect?
Always good. I can't think of a bad day in the couple months we've been together. Definitely keeps you on the go. I got lucky with her that she's quiet in the car. Half the time people don't even know she's back there. But she's high energy, so when it's time to work, she'll work and work. And so we have to watch her for fatigue and know when we need to stop, especially in extreme heat, because she would literally probably work herself to death because she enjoys it, obviously. So every day is exciting. It's something different. We get to do a lot of PR and whatnot. But she's a nice companion, even when we're not working.
For sure. It just seems like just the sweetest dog and just very intelligent and just loves what she does, for sure.
Yeah, she definitely does.
So what about the training that you guys do kind of off hours? Because there's just such a demand, and the intensity level just needs to stay high for both of you, really.
Right, yep. So perishable skill, both for me and for the dog. So we do our training as a team, the 6 canine teams based out of the police department. But then we also do a lot of stuff on our personal time, running packages or vehicles, lockers. My wife is a teacher, so I have access to school, so we'll run lockers and things. Always just trying to keep that obedience to odor top notch. And everything is different all the time. Different environments have different odors, and so we always try and expose them to new things. And it's one of those positions where you have never done it all or seen it all or whatever, and there's always a lot of work to do with it. There's a lot more work that goes into it than people think. Even if you get something really squared away, sometimes potentially you can cause another issue elsewhere, and so it's always evolving training.
Okay. What are some of the favorite aspects of your job now that you have a canine that maybe weren't there before?
I think just having something different every day. It's a new tool, and it's a tool that you can do more than just run dope or track with. There's a lot of the PR stuff we do. Just doing meet and greet with people is interesting, and just everybody comes to see Mira, nobody comes to see me. So I've accepted that a long time ago. But
It's kind of like a parent with a new baby.
right, yep, and so it's always exciting. Everybody wants to see her, and so you always have that companion, somebody to listen to me.
Definitely.
So.
Okay. Well, and we're wrapping up today's show. Very interesting. Thank you so much for all the work that you and Mira do in keeping our community safe. And it's just such a collaborative effort across all agencies. It's great to hear that you're out there supporting one another. If viewers remember only one thing from today's show, what would you like that to be?
Obviously, with the DUI TaskForce show would be the impaired driving. A lot of the substances that we're dealing with actually all the substances that Mira is trained to detect cause impairment with driving. And we see a lot of DUI drugs. And so that'd just be my message, I guess. People are worried about the alcohol, but these substances cause impairment and crashes and fatalities also.
Okay. Well, again, on behalf of the Yellowstone County DUI Task Force, thank you again, Officer Brandon Ide with Billings PD and your K9 partner, Mira. And take care, everyone. Stay safe, and we'll see you again soon.